Our next witness is Dora Chen. And after that, we'll have Mr. Charles Cohen.
Chairman, members of the board, my name is Dora Chen. I'm an assistant general counsel at the Service Employees International Union. We're a union of 2.2 million members in healthcare and building services. We've submitted the written testimony of our president, Mary Kay Henry, for your consideration. But here today, we have Veronica Tench, an employee at St. Vincent's Medical Center, who's going to speak on behalf of SCIU today.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to testify here today. My name, as she said, is Veronica Tench, and I work for St. Vincent Medical Center in Los Angeles since 1981. First as a nursing assistant, and now I do work as a lab assistant. My coworkers and I began trying to form a union in our workplace 13 years ago. But it was not until last month that we finally succeeded. I am now a new member of Service Employees International Union, United Healthcare Workers West. Our story helps show why the board's proposed rules are necessary to modernize an election process that places too many barriers in front of workers like me, delaying and sometimes preventing us from voting altogether to gain a voice on our job. Our story also illustrates how employers have plenty of opportunity to speak to employees about unions and the kind of action they can take during a drawn-out process. Looking back, more than a decade ago to the time we started talking about joining a union, I remember both why we wanted to organize and how the delays in the process and worker intimidation played a part in stifling our effort to form a union. Sadly, this process took so long that 3 of the respiratory therapists who were part of our original organizing effort have now passed away since then. In 1998, we started the process of forming a union because we wanted to increase the number of staff assigned to each patient care unit per shift so we could better provide our patients with the high-quality care they deserve. Our employer learned about our campaign long before we filed a petition at St. Vincent. Managers tracked union activity and began an anti-union campaign. Supervisors began meeting frequently with employees to advocate against the union and immediately distributed say no to union flyers. They hired outside lawyers and held meetings with us about why we shouldn't join the union. Management also increased security at the hospital, posting security officers on patient care units to try to prevent us from talking to the union organizers. My coworkers and I realized that we couldn't talk freely. We couldn't talk freely. We couldn't talk freely about the union at work, so we had to meet outside the hospital to discuss these issues. Word got around that the hospital told some workers they have to pay more for parking if they join the union. A department manager went as far as to tell the employee that the union only wanted money from us. Even at this early stage, I don't think there were any employees who were unaware of St. Vincent's argument about the union. We tried to move forward, but the hospital management stopped us from every angle. We persevered through this campaign and filed our petition January 5th of 2000. On February 1st, we just over 2 weeks to go until the election, it was announced that St. Vincent would be subcontracting 27 respiratory care therapists who were core union supports. This would prevent them from voting, completely undermining everything we had worked for. We filed an unfair labor practice charge, and St. Vincent was eventually found to have violated federal law, but that was in 2007. After more than 6 years of litigation, management posted a notice and started employing their respiratory care therapists directly again, but we had to start organizing all over from the beginning. Today at St. Vincent, it is different kind of employer, and we were allowed to vote in a fair and timely election on June 24th of this year. Although we succeeded in winning this new election, it was clear to us that the process that took 13 years to resolve was flawed and broken. If there were rules if these new rules had been in effect back when we first started trying to organize, the election might already have been held before St. Vincent tried to subcontract my coworkers, and the 11 years of delay since then would have been avoided. I appreciate and strongly support the board effort to reduce unnecessary delays in the election process so that other workers who want a union won't have to wait 13 years to get one like I did. And I thank you very much for allowing me to present this. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us here today and for your comments. Are there any questions? We appreciate it.